What's up, guys? This is Silk once again. Yes, you're seeing it correctly. We are at Dollar Hits once again.
Yes, sir.
This time properly. We are here during the finest hours
The
after 4 p.m.
hours, man. Come on
exactly.
now.
And I'm joined by LA's own, holding it down for a Filipino community in the music scene, man. And I'm very blessed to be here with Nico Blitz.
Yes, sir. Silk, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate the food.
Man, I want to get. It looks like we're about to do a mukbang, but we're
kind of with the mukbang too.
Yeah, we're not. Okay. This is. It feels like the camera with the food in front of us.
Yeah.
Feels like we're about to yam all this. But no, we are at Dollar Hits. You know, the world famous. Yes. Everything here is for $1.
Yeah.
That is the concept. Every stick is $1.
Every stick is $1, man.
Even though I feel like in the Philippines it's way less than $1. It seems cheap, but it seems okay here.
I mean, what is that, like 50 pesos right now or
60,
something?
60.
60?
It's good. It's good right now.
Okay.
They're good right now.
It's great.
Yeah, it's good right now. It's like a 60 thing. Yeah. So, but in the Philippines, this is more like a 20.
Dude,
15,
something like that.
15 is 15, 20.
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, for sure.
But we are here and we're about to, talk our ish and have some gulaman and some, what's this, cucumber refreshments.
I'm with the cucumber, man.
Along the way, I got my little gulaman here. How often do you have Filipino food, man?
I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, growing up in the Bay Area, I had Filipino food like every week.
Okay.
So when I'm over here and I get Filipino food, it's special.
Yeah.
So it's probably like once a month,
Once a
every
month?
2 months.
Okay,
And I make sure
that's
it's
cool.
like really freaking good.
Yeah. Do you cook Filipino food or do you like?
I don't.
You don't cook?
I don't.
You don't even have no pancit canton in the the pantry?
Something that I can absolutely kill though is like some Filipino spaghetti.
Oh yeah.
I could
yeah.
easily kill that, bro.
Yeah. I like mine really sweet with extra hot dogs in there.
Extra hot dogs, bro.
Some cheese, maybe.
So my girl's Mexican, right?
Okay.
So when she first started dating me, she was like, "I've never heard of putting hot dogs inside spaghetti." I said, "No, it is the best thing on earth."
Yes, 1,000%.
And it's a little sweet, so it's like, ooh, it just hits different.
No,
Filipino spaghetti hits
1,000%.
different.
I mean, well, cheers. This is, I picked the blue straw, the green with the green.
Cheers, so.
Cheers, sir.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
We're in Manila. I feel like I just got transported. The karaoke playing in the back, the hot ass charcoal right beside me. You know what I mean? I feel like once in a, we in with the plastic stools too.
Come on, man.
Yeah. So I mean, when did you move out here?
I moved about 10 years ago, actually.
Okay.
So in 2014.
Why?
I want to go to college.
Okay.
So I went to college for broadcast journalism, and then quickly got into radio as soon as I graduated in 2016. After that, I just became a full-time DJ on radio. I DJ for the Dodgers as well.
Right.
I do a lot of private events and weddings. A lot of the Filipinos hit me up for obvious reasons,
This guy has his own folder that literally says debut.
Man, look. You got to play Kai. You got to play one voice.
Come on.
You feel me? You got to play all them.
Lemonade is on there.
Oh, my God. See,
both versions.
The cool thing is that, like, growing up, I would listen to Jeremy Passion, right? AJ Raphael, and I would listen to the music, whether it be Lemonade, She Was Mine, what have you. So when I moved out here and I started, DJing and being in the music scene, I eventually met these guys, and it's cool to like call them my friends now.
That's cool.
And I think the coolest thing about moving out here and doing what I do is that you eventually meet people and just realize every day that everybody you meet, no matter what you think their status is just another everyday person just trying to do, the stuff that they love to do.
Like the proximity with within someone in the showbiz, is pretty close.
Yeah.
I would imagine. Like your bartender is, the extra at some show.
Oh yeah.
You find that how do you find that to be within the Filipino community though? I'm curious. Like, do you find like we are within this creative scene, or
it's funny because I gotta owe it to my friend who just passed away last year. Her name is Rosalind C.
Okay.
So she was very...
Sorry to hear that, bro.
No, it's good. But you can ask anybody from Jeremy Passion to AJ Raphael to Pilo to Kiana V to Inigo Pascual, all the big Filipino artists, like, they all know Roslyn. And for her, she was able to connect all of us together, no matter what part of the world we were from. And that's a big reason why I'm super involved in the Filipino community right now. So when I met her back in 2017, 2018, I had talked to her about this one thing, and the thing was, how do we make the Filipino community like dope? How do we get all the creatives together, and how do we do all some dope stuff together? And honestly, since then, and especially during the pandemic, oh, bro. I mean, I met Filipino DJs from across the world. Right. I'm talking like Canada, you know, I'm talking...
Shouts to Headspin, yo, Headspin.
Oh, yeah, Headspin. Yeah, Headspin's my guy.
That's a big kuya.
Shout out to Headspin.
Yeah.
All the Canadian DJs, all the UK Filipino DJs, Australian Filipino DJs.
Yeah.
And then now I'm seeing like Filipino artists pop up from everywhere, right? A couple of years ago, I never knew about Denise Julia. Super big in the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that too, like again, new people popping up. If you go over to Las Vegas, there's this kid named Sean Breezy. 16-year-old Filipino kid, dope as hell, super dope. And to answer your question, there are a lot of dope Filipino people in the entertainment industry, and that's just music. That's not to mention everything else that I miss, you know?
You get to talk to a lot of our kababayans, and you understand Tagalog?
Yeah, konti lang.
Konti lang?
Konti lang.
Yo, this is hard. First of all, this is hard as fuck. That's hard as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Can you take it off?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I mean like the barrel.
Oh no, I wish. Bro, if you could take off the barrel off of this, it would be crazy.
Start the e-hop.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Mainland Manila. They hooked me up with this actually just last week at Keith Pedro's show.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's also his flyer. He's a barrel man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, I want to capitalize on your question even more. Like, shout out to Keith Pedro, man, because like, you know, he's killing it right now, and he brought together even more clusters of the Filipino community over in Sacramento last week and everywhere too.
I've been seeing that, man. Like, that's the one person that really makes me proud.
Yeah.
Especially like someone who's representing us proper. I mean, being from Toronto and Filipino is a double whammy for me. You know, so Keith, you got Big Norm. Shouts to Big Norm.
Big Norm, my guy.
You know Big Norm?
I love Norm, man.
Norm, and also Ron Drossel. You know what I mean? Like these are, you know, I mean, you have your obvious like Joko and them, but I'm always in the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines once a year, almost twice a year, and I'm there for like 4 months at a time.
Oh wow!
And I dabble into like even like some of my closest friends. They run Comedy Manila.
Oh wow!
They run
I didn't even know that exists.
Yeah. Shout out to Comedy Manila out there, Aldo Cuervo. They're some of the most talented and versatile. Like artists. You know, it's not just we're not just comedians or we're not just DJs. I feel like, I mean, have you heard Norm sing?
You know what? I need to hear Norm sing.
Norm
can make me laugh.
Bro, Norm is the Filipino Jamie Foxx. He's the Filipino Jamie Foxx. For real.
Okay.
That guy got the pipes. He has like some soulful pipes. So it's not just like singing, bro.
I'm with it.
So, you know, I mean, we are this kind of like switchblade, you know? I mean, like this kind of like Swiss Army knife.
You know, it's funny because, you know, in the space that I started in radio, right? Like, I was the only Filipino cat, let alone like probably one of the only Asian cats like in my radio space, right? Everyone else, and no issues, right? Mexican, black, or white. So they'd always have something to say about Filipinos because they were so intrigued. And the one thing that they always said was, man, Filipinos, y'all could do everything. You know what I mean? Like, y'all could DJ, y'all could dance, y'all could sing, y'all could cook.
Hey, you guys are
everything.
They're lucky we're not a little bit taller, bro.
Oh, bro, come on. Dude. You know what I mean? Shout out to Jordan Clarkson and Jalen Drain. But you know what I mean? We need more of y'all to hit like at least like
I know, but
6'5".
But they got the black genes in them, you know what I'm saying? So of course they're supposed to be tall. You know what I'm saying? Where's our natural guy? Like, who's that guy, the one guy, Kai Soto?
Yeah.
Is he full Filipino?
I don't even think so.
Nah, that guy
I think Filipinos are just like naturally short, bro.
See, that's why. That's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, Kai Soto's full Filipino. Okay.
No, we gotta do a ancestry.com on that guy. We gotta do a DNA on that guy. Nah, cause for real, like, you know, we can do it all, and it's kind of like, you know, it's a cheat code if we actually did it all. Welcome to the Filipinos in a 6 New York to Cali tour, presented by Dear Flor. Proudly Filipino and women-owned, Dear Flor is on a mission to bring you vibrant flavors and a vibrant culture. We've crafted the first ever line of 100% vegan gummies featuring unique Filipino tastes like ube, calamansi, buko pandan, and mango. Taste the culture with Dear Flor and join us in celebrating Filipino flavors on Filipinos in the 6 New York City to Cali tour. Check them out at dearflor.com and follow at Love Dear Flor on Instagram. You understand Tagalog, man?
Konti lang.
Konti lang?
Konti lang,
Where's your family from out there?
Right here, bro. Barangay Balangan, Batangas.
Oh, wow, Batangas. Batangueño.
Yeah,
okay.
man.
I see you.
What about your family?
No, my family, I mean, I'm from Las Piñas, so like I'm actually born there.
Okay.
And I moved here when I was 10, but my family, we're from Quezon.
Oh, Quezon?
Yeah, Quezon province.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. A little town out there. You said the last time you were there was 2023?
Yeah, back in 2023, I was DJing for a Sinulog Fest.
Yeah.
My homie owns a club out there. It's called Trademark Cebu.
Trademark Cebu.
Yeah. I met some dope people there. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl DJ Butta B. She's fire as hell, dope DJ from Manila.
Yeah, bro. She's the homegirl.
Oh, you know Butta B?
She's part of my team. Yeah,
man, tell her something.
I just flew her to Toronto. I hosted through a festival. So she was in Toronto like last month. She was in Toronto.
Oh, that was I saw the flyer.
That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Hell yeah, bro.
This is that logo.
Fire.
This is all that.
No wonder, because I did see the logo and I was like, that looks familiar for some reason.
Yeah, it's called Life Design.
Dope,
yes,
bro. That's sick,
yeah,
man.
no, she's a sister, man.
Yeah, Butta B's great, man.
She's holding it down. Do you find that there's, like we killing it in all forms, like we said. Do you find that there is like a prevalent takeover of the Filipino community within the DJ scene?
A takeover? Oh, you know what? I think there is. And I think Filipino DJs have just like always been around, right? But I think only now people are very much willing to like own the Filipino culture, right?
Yeah.
So like, I met some dope DJs like Butta B in the Philippines, but even right now, like some dope DJs out the Bay who are Filipino, right? Like my homeboy Anthony Midas.
Oh, Midas, yeah. We were at a Cozy.
Yeah. He runs Cozy. He's half Filipino, half Mexican.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like that's my guy. DJ Lex, also from like Northern California. She's dope. Shout out to my boy DJ Kizza representing San Diego.
Okay.
So, and shout out to the legends too. Like, that movie, The Debut, my homie DJ Icy Ice was in that.
Icy Ice.
Icy Ice.
Is that the one with Dante Bosco?
Yes, it is that movie.
Shout out to Dante Bosco, Rufio.
Fucking Rufio, man.
Yeah,
come on.
That guy's a legend, bro.
Yeah, bro. But it's cool, like, even like DJ Shortcut right now, who is recovering from a stroke.
Oh, wow, yo.
Filipino,
Speedy
man.
recovery, bro.
Yeah, man. Speedy recovery. But, I say all that to say, Filipinos, we have always been part of the culture. Exactly. We've just been in the cut, bro. So I think to say like if Filipinos are just popping up right now, it's like, nah, man, we just always been here. Like people just haven't been paying attention, and it's even our own community that hasn't been paying attention.
That's what I'm about to say. I was about to say that even for us, I mean, like I said, I'm an immigrant. I came here.
Yeah.
So coming here, I always thought, okay, I'm proud to be Filipino, but I'll tell you right now. People out there, they didn't, back in those times, this is 2003,
yeah.
They didn't make you feel like you should be championing your own culture.
Yes.
Be like, yo, you a fob,
yes.
like, oh, why you do like, so I kind of like shied away from my Filipino-ness.
I want to talk about this some more, bro. That's I love this topic actually, especially since you're from there.
Yeah, same.
Because like, so you said you grew up in the Philippines until you're about 10, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I grew up in California my entire life. San Francisco when I was growing up.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing was that I had friends who were kind of like you, so also from the Philippines who had just moved to California for the first time.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, bro, like me being like young, dumb, and ignorant, I would look at, you know, people who are from the Philippines like, oh my God, like you're a fob, like, you know, like you're different from me. We're both Filipino, but we're different, right? And, you know, I will definitely chalk it up to me being young, dumb, and ignorant. But I think what's cool now is that we are owning the fact that we're Filipino. Me, in my 30s, right? I really want to learn Tagalog, and I'm more involved with the Filipino culture now than ever. So, you know, you look back at when I was like 13, 14 years old, like, man, if I could tell myself, like, at that age, like, yo, like, chill out. Like, this is part of your culture. This is who you are.
But that's, again, that's also, like, I don't crucify our kababayans every time, like, you know, back in those days. It's good to see now that they kind of, like, you know, have this newfound, you know, pride into being Filipino. But yeah, to your point, like, back in those days, the people who were making fun of other Filipinos were other Filipinos. But I say all of that to say that I don't crucify them, because I do believe that it's from the pressure of the white man. You know, I always be like, yo, because they always say assimilate, you know, melting pot. To be honest, it's all bullshit to me, because you know, melting pot means you're losing yourself. A carrot doesn't become a carrot anymore in a melting pot, bro. It disintegrates and becomes that fucking thing. So what I learned is for us to look at it more of a salad bowl.
Okay.
So that we could all be, a carrot can be a carrot, a cucumber can be a cucumber.
Wow.
Like, it's more like it doesn't blend together.
And everything just exists.
And it just tastes good.
Yeah.
You know, it still tastes good. So
I love that, actually.
Yeah. So I like to look at it more of now as a salad bowl.
Y'all would come in for free.
When does it come?
We have one in San Diego on October 5th. Yeah. So we started it back in October of 2022. And since then, we just, you know, kept on bringing it over to LA and whatnot. And honestly, it's been a hit, because I think one thing that, I don't know if like Filipinos from the Philippines or like outside of America talk about this, but Mexicans and Filipinos basically have the same culture, right? So
in what ways?
Well, I mean, we have a lot of the same words. Right, like whether it be like sabado or like basura or anything like that. Baño, right? We both got conquered by the same people. You know what I'm saying? But we all look alike. We have a lot of like the same last names and everything. You know, my girl's last name is Ramirez. That's a Filipino last name as well. Like, there's a lot of cultural similarities between us.
And I will say too, every time I go to Mexico City, bro, Mexico City is my favorite place.
Oh, amazing.
Probably my second favorite place after the Philippines. Mexico City is pretty much Manila. I would say like Mexico City is like Paris and Manila crossbreed because of the infrastructure. The buildings is very European, kind of like. But the grittiness of Manila. Have you been to Mexico like that?
Yeah, I've been to Mexico. I haven't been to Mexico City specifically, but you know, my girl's family, they're from Guadalajara. So, you know, I think what's cool is that like I've been to the Philippines so many times, and my first time being in Guadalajara, I'm like, wow, there's a lot of similarities in the infrastructure of the way our buildings are set up. You know, similarly, when there's people outside, like, you know, selling their food and whatnot, like it's kind of like this. It feels like this.
Exactly.
And Mexico and the Philippines are so alike.
And that's what kind of really gets me, man. Like, you know, being labeled a quote-unquote third world country, it turns off a lot of people, or maybe it's harder for them to dig deeper into like a country because they feel like, it's not gonna be as good. But to be honest, it's like pound for pound, whatever the best in the Philippines is can go, you know, for like BGC kind of looks like
1,000%.
LA a little bit. You know
it's funny because like, you know, where my family's from in Barangay Balanga in Batangas, right? Like, you would have never sworn it was like the hood or anything like that. But when you go there, the people are super nice. They're chill. They love everybody and anything that like passes by. And I think because it's labeled a third world country, you would never find somebody just random wanting to go there and being like, yo, I want to try like the lomi over there. I want to try the barbecue. Like my family, they're all fishermen back home. Like you never would get like the fisherman experience that they do over there because people are scared to go there. Because why? It's a third world country.
And then there's always those things, you know. I mean, don't walk around at night. Like, you know, like, oh, don't go to certain areas, blah, blah, blah. Like, don't have your phone out. I mean, that's true for every place. You know what I mean? That's true for every place. You go to Toronto, don't have your phone out. You know, to certain streets, don't have your phone out. Don't be walking around. So,
you know what I mean?
I would love for us to stray away from the negatives, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like doing more visibility on like the Filipinos doing creative stuff. I feel like that's why it's important to highlight, you know, like our people them.
You know, even though there's a lot of, I guess you could say, controversy around Drake right now, for obvious reasons, and we're in LA, so we're talking about this. I do want to say, like, in regards to Filipinos, in regards to Filipinos, you got to shout out Nico from the OVO camp, right?
Oh, yeah.
Doing big things for the Filipino community out there. You also got to shout out DJ Franzen. You know, he's over in Vegas, but he's been DJing in Vegas forever, and he's one of the biggest DJs. Legend, bro. So it's
That's how I met these guys.
Oh, really?
Because of his episode with these guys, they needed a studio, and Norm hit me up. He's like, "Yo, can we use your HQ?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." That's how I met these guys.
Hell yeah, that's dope, man.
Yeah, man. It's do you find that it's prevalent now that you have your festival? I feel like this year I've seen so many like Filipino initiatives like come out and events. I know Barrio Hi-Fi.
Yeah.
You know, shout outs to Steph and you know all them. Do you find that we like throughout the years now we've been more and more active in trying to push out our own?
So the thing is, right? In San Francisco, every year, ever since I grew up, there's this thing called Pistahan. What Pistahan is, it's a Filipino festival, right? And over the years, you see it, at least when I grew up, it was like super duper cool. And then you kind of see it dwindle just a little bit. And by dwindle, I mean like the numbers go down, you know? You don't have too many people involved in Pistahan anymore. I think last time I was there was like last year or 2 years ago. Great time. I was with all the Filipino homies, Guap Dad, Pilo, Adrian Marcel, Ruby Ibarra, all of them. But one thing that I noticed was that a lot of the festivals that have been ran for years are all ran by like older cats, right? Which there's nothing wrong with it. But the thing is, how do you make something like that new? How do you make it fresh? Right? So I will kind of counter what you're saying and saying that like we have always had like these festivals happening, at least to my knowledge, but the goal is how do you make these things cool?
Yeah,
right?
Relevant.
How do you make them relevant? And don't get me wrong, Pistahan is definitely relevant. It's still like an amazing force to this day, but I believe that when something like a Mexipino Food Fest, for example, you make it fresh, you make it new. It's like, oh, we're combining Filipino and Mexican culture at the same time. This is basically the same thing. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, it makes me very happy to see, when I first moved out here, right? If y'all didn't know, Los Angeles is filled with like literally nothing but Mexicans. We're literally in a very small section of LA where there are Filipinos. But when I first moved out here, I didn't know where any of the Filipinos were. None of them. Like, all my homies in college, they were Mexican, right? The first barber I went to was Mexican. He fucked up my hair.
Nice.
And then I ended up going to a Filipino barber. He figured that shit out quick. I'm like, I'm with you. I've been loyal to him for like 7-8 years now. You know what I'm saying?
Hard.
But what's cool is that now, like 10 years later, being in LA, I see and I feel the Filipino community just stronger than ever. Like, we're really out here, and it makes me proud to see everybody out and just supporting what we do. Whether you know it's like me throwing it or not, like, I don't really care. What matters is that you're here to celebrate a culture that is bigger than you. You know, Mexipino is bigger than me. I'm not even Mexipino. I'm just Filipino. But the culture is bigger than me, and that's what it's about, bro. It's always been about the culture, and the people really understand and see that.
What are your top 3 Filipino dishes you can't live without?
I'm gonna go from 3 and then go down to 1. Number 3, I don't know if you want to consider this Filipino food or not, but it has to be the Jollibee spicy fried chicken. You feel me? If you want to consider that Filipino food, that's number 3.
Yeah, I'll consider that. That counts.
Number 2, I go back to the basics, just some lumpia, and we're chilling that way. Shanghai. But number 1, and it has to be in this very specific way, it is sizzling sisig. Okay. So you got to get the sizzling sisig on the plate, obviously. You got to put some garlic rice right over here and some chopped onions on the side. Okay. Next thing you know, you just mix all that thing together. Oh.
Egg with egg, without egg?
With egg. For sure. For sure.
I went to Pampanga.
Okay.
And in Pampanga, there's a restaurant called Aling Lusing's.
Okay.
Aling Lusing is the inventor of sisig. Yeah.
That's fire.
I've had the original sisig.
The original sisig?
And I'll tell you right now, it has 0 eggs. It's literally just pork and onions, if I'm not mistaken. There's no mayo on it. There's no all kind of different stuff. That's the original.
Aling Lusing's?
Lusing.
Aling
Lusing.
Okay.
And it was great. It was just the raw, like how she intended it to be. Mm-hmm. That's a great top 3.
Bro.
That is a good top 3.
I want to say what didn't make the top 3, but is definitely in like my at least number 4 is lechon.
Oh yeah.
And I went, lechon.
But which part?
Bro, in Cebu, I had the best freaking lechon ever.
The skin. I bet the skin was.
Bro, it was like, I think the restaurant was literally called House of Lechon. They had the plates that was like pig shape. Oh my God. I'd literally just grab a pig from their spot and just fucking eat that thing by myself, bro. I promise you it was the best lechon I ever had.
That's cool, man.
And Cebu is known for its lechon.
Oh yeah.
So I had to try it.
That's on my bucket list for sure. I gotta go to Cebu for some lechon, bro.
Yeah, they're known for that, right?
They're known for lechon, bro.
I think like I would see like TikToks about it.
Yeah.
Okay, you're sending a balikbayan box to your family. What are your must-haves in there, bro?
The must-haves in the balikbayan box.
Remember, you gotta exceed more than 25 kilograms.
Ma'am. And this is stuff that I'm giving to them? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna put hella clothes.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. I'm gonna make sure they get hella clothes.
New or your old stuff?
New-ish. New-ish. Maybe even stuff I've just worn for like, a couple times, right? Yeah. I don't want to give them like super old ass clothes. That's just wrong. I'll give them like kind of new clothes. Shout out to my family. But I think the one thing I would want to give them too is just like hella random like snacks that they probably never had before, bro. Like I'd put some hot Cheetos in there for sure.
Hot Cheetos? Okay.
You know what I mean? I put some Oreos. They have Oreos in the Philippines? I don't know.
They have Oreos, but it's not called Oreos. It's called something else. I forgot what it's called. It's not Oreos. And it's not white cream inside. It's like it's brown. I forget what it's called.
Okay. So you know what? I'll definitely put some Oreos in there. Yeah. I'll put some hot Cheetos because I know for sure they ain't had hot Cheetos before. Uh-huh. I'll throw some Funyuns in there. I'll throw some Twix. I want to give them all the American food, man. I want to give them all the American food.
My Lola, they used to throw crunch chocolate bars in there.
Ooh.
And I was like, man, that's how you know, because sometimes they don't have it, sometimes they put it in there, sometimes they don't. If the box had crunch bars,
oh my God.
It's a good box.
Yeah.
And most of the times they do throw in the raisins in there, bro. I'm like, you guys can leave that one behind.
See, I'm trying to put my family on to the good American food, man. Look. Because that's my thing about when I travel. I like to try just like the random snacks that I otherwise wouldn't get in like America. Well, I don't know if Canada has like their own snacks like that.
During the pandemic, you raised $30,000 for the Philippine typhoon relief, bro. What motivated you to do something like that?
I'm gonna be honest. The number one factor was my family because
were they affected by that?
You know, they personally were not, but I couldn't help but think about if something happened that I wanted to do something about it, right? So I was on Twitch at the time, and again, I had met so many just Filipino DJs from across the world. DJs from Canada, San Diego, what have you. Actually, my friend from Vancouver, he was like, hey, like, maybe we should try to, like, put together a fundraiser. I'm like, yeah, like, let's do it. I'm like, I know these DJs. He's like, cool, I know these DJs. Mm-hmm. And my boy from San Diego, too, he was happy to, like, help out. So we put it all together. And literally, that's when we ended up just putting together a 24-hour, like, lineup of just Filipino DJs from across the world.
Oh, wow.
24 hours, and we raised $30,000 on Twitch.
So how would people donate?
We had a link that would go directly to ABS-CBN Foundation. Yeah, and then we see the numbers like go up. Like we were only expecting like maybe $5,000 or something, but literally it just kept going. We broke 5,000 in the first like 3 hours or something.
That's big.
It was nuts, bro. Like, and it was cool because the Filipino community, whether you were a DJ or just like a spectator or someone who was just like an ally of the Filipino community, it was there and it was apparent. And I was like, wow, like people really care about us. And it starts with our own people, because I can only imagine like $30,000 US dollars in the Philippines goes a long way.
That's $1 million pesos.
Bro, it's a lot. So I can only imagine like how many lives we helped out that were actually affected by the typhoon.
Yeah.
Right? And to this day, I was actually just asked about this question the other day, but to this day, that is one of the highest peaks that I've ever had in my career. And it doesn't even have to do with me. It has to do with helping out the community and making sure that our community was good first.
And doing
it with a community, man. You know, I think the topic that we keep on talking about on this episode is like, does our community show out? Bro, like, I couldn't imagine if we didn't do that. Like, would the DJ community, would the music community of Filipinos, like, be as tight as it is right now? I don't have the exact answer to that.
Right.
I just know that we played a big part in that.
Igniting it, for sure.
Igniting it.
It's crazy because in times of disasters and down times, I feel like the Philippines does a great job of coming together.
I also want to say I took zero from it. This was all just my free time.
Yeah.
I didn't even have a job at that time, but I was like, you know what? I gotta do this.
Yeah, I mean, it was during the pandemic. What else are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
I mean, it ranged, bro. It was massive. Like, I remember my channel probably had like 1,000 people on Twitch at the peak at any given time for 1 hour. We had DJ Franzen on there too.
Shout out DJ Franny.
We had Franny on there. His numbers were just massive, right? But you figure if one person donated at least $1 each, that's at least 30,000 people over 24 hours. Yeah. Insane. Wow.
Now you're a DJ. You listen to any OPMs growing up or even now? And who do you listen to? Yeah. So
throwback,
artist
right?
that you...
I'll go I love this. I never get to talk about this. Growing up, and even still to this day, I'm a bit of a simp, right?
Okay.
I like the love, man. Look, see, he laughing too, man. I love the lovey-dovey shit. I like getting in my feelings.
Filipinois, man, we love love.
Man, when I'm in my car by myself and it's nighttime, I'm like, man, I'm chilling right now.
And who's playing?
I'm playing this one specific song. It's called fuck. No, it's not.
What'd you say?
First Lady.
Oh, where's
Is she even Filipino?
You're fucked.
No.
This guy's on his Asian Avenue, Asian town fucking vibe.
No, it's not with him though.
Yeah.
The
MySpace.
Oh, the MySpace, yeah.
There's this song called "The Day You Said Goodnight."
The Day You Said Goodnight.
The Day You Said Goodnight.
By who?
I want to say it's Hale, H-A-L-E. That song is fire.
Okay, I know that.
There's another song called Itsumo by Dice and K9.
I know it.
I love that song. You know what I mean? You gotta play some Christian Bautista if you kind of simping on a Sunday. You gotta play some Kichi Nadal. You know Kichi Nadal?
Of course.
Bro, you gotta play some Kichi Nadal, some like, you know, Filipino rock music. That, oh my God. Wait, and then you gotta play some Parokya ni Edgar. You know the best song that I heard during the pandemic? It's a song from Parokya ni Edgar called Don't Touch My Birdie.
Don't Touch My Birdie.
Oh, that's a great song, man.
Classic.
Literally, all my Filipinos, you know what the birdie is. If you don't know what it is, check it out. I like to say this. It's called a birdie and a peck for a reason.
Nice.
Because the birdie pecks, you feel me?
Quack.
And you know, in regards to more OPM, because I have this question and I asked somebody about it, like what exactly is OPM? You could chalk it up to ballads, right? We like very ballad type songs. But I think OPM is just anybody who's Filipino. If you're a Filipino and you make music, that is OPM.
Yeah, original Pinoy music.
Original Pinoy music, man. So, you know, I'm from the West Coast, so I play Pilo all the time.
That's OPM.
That's OPM. Play Sweetie all the time at the club. That's OPM. Guap Dad 4000, OPM. You know, shout out Guap Dad, you feel me? You know, gotta play some Sean Breezy, some Denise Julia. Man, the list goes on, bro. The list goes on. There's a lot of Filipino artists, bro.
Yeah, and we're really finding our sound right now.
Yeah.
Have you seen the recent Boiler Room in Manila?
Yeah.
You know what
You want to talk about Budots?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's my favorite. To me, that's the first original Filipino genre.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I'm glad.
No,
I'm glad.
I 100%
So you're aware
agree.
with Sherwin Tuna,
Bro.
DJ Love.
No, I know DJ Love. Well, not
Sherwin
personally.
Tuna. Sherwin Tuna
yeah.
is DJ Love. Yeah.
The thing is, when I went to Cebu in 2023, I first went back to my family's province and they told me like, hey, make sure you play Budots. And I'm like, what is that?
Bro, that's all
They're
I
like,
know. Yeah.
oh, it's like this internet cafe, like type EDM type stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. Oh my God.
It's Filipino techno.
It's Filipino techno.
It's Filipino techno. It's made from your most fundamental, rudimentary
Yes.
instruments,
Yeah.
or even like music pack, like when you download, you know, Ableton or whatever, like whatever the basic thing is, it sounds like it's made from GarageBand because that's what it is. Like it's the lack of resources, but the influx of passion.
Let me capitalize on what you were saying right now, and that's why I love Budots, is because Filipinos, no matter what is in front of us, we make that shit work.
We make that shit work.
We make it work,
I
bro.
just call that
And we
shit
make
like
it ours. Come on, man. This is why Budots is so good, bro. Oh my God.
I love
I'm
Budots.
hyped.
Yeah.
I'm
Budots
hyped,
is
bro.
my favorite. When I do my first runaway, it's gonna be a Budots thing, and it's gonna be by Sherwin Tuna, 1000%.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I started producing last year, and my brain has just been thinking like over the year, like, man, I should try Budots, man. I need to try producing some Budots.
Yeah. Which is really dope. You know, I mean, like the homies over at Tropical Futures, like they really push that stuff. Like our kababayans back out in London, out in the UK, like they really putting that on.
Yeah.
All the visuals that you see for Sherwin,
Yeah.
is the Tropical Futures team.
That's fire.
Yeah, those
That's
guys,
fire.
and they're really putting it on. But the one thing I will say is that in the Philippines, okay, our own people, same thing we talking about the fog thing, right? They look down on Budots. They look down on Budots. Budots is seen as Baduy. But that's where Budots come from.
Oh, so it's
That's
a play
where
off that.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like again embracing it and being.
Yeah.
Oh, you think this is Budots? Okay, we're gonna do it because it's played for the masses.
Yeah.
And it's paid for by quote unquote poor people. You know what I'm saying? The jeepney drivers. I think it sounds like the streets.
Yeah.
When you listen to Budots, that is literally the streets. All the sounds, all the sound effects. That's the honking. That's a jeep honk.
It sounds raw.
So all the quote unquote middle class upper, like they see it as Baduy.
But you know, I feel like the genre, and not to take away from like the creators of the genre, because it kind of just popped up over the past couple of years, right? But if you think about it, even songs like that beep 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 sabi ng jeep, like that kind of has a little
originating,
bit. Yeah. And I'm not saying that's like the original Budots, but like that type of music has always been around. So when I first heard Budots, I was like, oh, this sounds familiar.
Right.
It's just that somebody was able to make it into an actual genre and put a name to it. And that's why I love it, bro. So, and you know, the thing is, like, I think it's like any sort of genre of music, right? Like at one point, people didn't like trap music, right? Even to this day, it's hard for the California sound, the West Coast sound to like move global. It's moving, but it still needs to get global, right? So there's always going to be a reject of something, but I do know that with that reject, that means it's at least something worth like looking into and something worth growing. So whether it be me, the originators, or whoever who loves Budots, like, yeah, you can have people in the Philippines or people who just don't like the genre in general, but man, we keep on pushing that shit, people are gonna like it. People are gonna fall in love with that genre.
The thing with us is that the fact of the matter is we make anything cool, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's just our gift. That's just our gift. You know what I mean? We make anything swag. I'm literally wearing 2 hats right now. And you can't tell me this doesn't look fire. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing 2 hats right now this whole interview, bro.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm wearing a baseball cap and a toque.
That's
you know
no cap, bro.
I don't know. It's bare cap.
It's bare cap.
it's 2 cap, bro.
Oh
you know,
my God.
nah, man. I mean, I love the fact that you're enthusiastic as a DJ, that you're enthusiastic about Budots, because I feel like that is our own. And we're finally getting to it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm a huge champion of that. You know, anything Filipino-grown. So I
because
mean,
you know, not to cut you off, but like when I was in the Philippines, right? You know, Butta B loved playing Afro beats.
yeah, man,
And that was tight. You know, there's even what's her name from the Philippines? Ilis Morena.
Oh, I love her.
Right?
Yeah,
but she's
cool.
making reggaeton music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
she has like reggaeton records.
Yeah.
And then you have people like Cookies from Cebu who makes like trap music, right?
Okay, cool.
And all of that is super dope. What I would like to see is someone from the Philippines or a Filipino make Budots, because at least to me that is like authentically Filipino music. Like no one else has this for sure.
Yeah. It's the Pinoy techno, you know what I'm saying?
Pinoy techno.
Yeah, shouts to Sherwin Tuna. Sherwin Tuna is a young legend, bro. He's a real, bro, the guy got a boiler room set, bro, and this guy was using the simplest controller, bro. Like, you know, this guy wasn't even on CDJs, nothing.
He made Budots, Sherwin?
He made Budots. He's the godfather of Budots music. His name is Sherwin Tuna, DJ Love.
Sherwin Tuna,
and
man.
he just released the album, Budots World Reloaded. So I love it. Bro.
Hell yeah.
I'm a designer. Like I make clothes, and that's all I've been listening to. Like on the way here, I almost crashed because I listened to Budots, bro.
He was in the car like.
Yeah. No, I was on a scooter. I scootered all the way from the Hollywood sign.
Oh damn, that's a mission.
Bro, it was an hour.
That's a
bro.
mission.
It was an hour.
Jeez.
I was just nice. It was beautiful. It was like a sunset, listening to Budots.
You came here on a good day, bro. You came here on a good day.
I came over here. This is good vibes. Kicked it with, you know, I kicked it with someone that I feel like also champions our culture. And also, you know, has a deep passion within it. So we want to know a little bit of how that came about, that origins of you DJing for Dodger Stadium.
Oh, you know, so fortunately my girlfriend Jackie, she works for the Dodgers organization. And, you know, we've been together for 4 years. She need money, I need money. And
Keep it in the family.
Yeah, we've been in the family. You know what I mean? It's family ties.
Yeah.
Y'all know what song that is.
It's been this lingering.
You know what I mean? They're not like us. No, but on a serious note, like Jackie basically hooked it up and she connected me with the right people.
Right.
But on top of that, you know, I also have to be dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 1,000%.
Humbly, I know I'm dope. So I have to, if somebody puts me on with an opportunity, I know I have to show out. And fortunately, I'm still with the Dodgers, like what?
How long have you been doing that?
Like 3 years.
3 years now?
Yeah, so
Okay,
I've been with the Dodgers for like 3 years.
Wow.
And, you know, this is coming from someone who's from San Francisco, so I was born a Giants fan, but hey, Dodgers pay the bills, so
there you
know
go.
what I mean? Shout out to Shohei Ohtani.
I know, have you met him?
No, I wish.
Yeah, Shohei.
I wish. Shout out to Shohei, shout out Mookie Betts, Turner, all them. I love you guys. Y'all don't even know me.
That's cool. Is there any particular like song or like genres that you feel like get the people going right now?
So, well, if I'm
Budots? Can you play Budots at a Dodger Stadium? You see what it tastes like. See what it tastes like.
Oh
Come
my
on.
God, bro.
Come on.
I'm gonna be honest. So, like Dodger Stadium, there are a lot of Hispanics.
Okay,
right? So I think some of the biggest songs I play is like Elvis, Suavemente. But my favorite song is called El Sonidito.
Okay.
So literally the song is just like.
Okay.
Oh my God. You guys listen to that once you get in the car? No,
please.
I know y'all haven't heard it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. If y'all listen to it in the car, oh my, you're gonna be like, you're gonna want to dance. It's my shit.
Cool.
I love that song.
Is there any restrictions on what you can play, what you can't play?
Just clean music.
Okay, clean music.
Yeah, just clean music. But you know, just
so you can't play hit 'em up. You can play hit 'em up.
I mean, I'll play the clean version, but it's gonna sound crazy. It'll sound crazy.
Instrumental.
Yeah, bro.
Just instrumental, pretty much.
First of all,
yeah.
you know what I mean? It's gonna be like that. It's like, that's pointless. That's pointless.
Who's your Filipino Mount Rushmore, fam?
Oh, Filipino Mount Rushmore is crazy. I mean, I guess I gotta put Manny Pacquiao.
As everyone, that's just. I feel like there's only 3 Rushmores because Pacquiao has that default one spot, like, you know,
He
like,
does.
and if you don't put him there, you're like, where you been?
It's like, yeah, exactly. It's like, what are you talking
it's
about?
It's so undeniably like Pacquiao. Like,
it's undeniably Pacquiao. Pacquiao has to be number one. I mean, growing up, Filipino American, like, we'd always be there. You know, every Filipino party, it had to be a Manny Pacquiao thing.
It was something else.
You know what I mean? So Pacquiao's there. Being from the West Coast, I gotta put Pilo on the Mount Rushmore of Filipinos.
My brother, bro. We're gonna try to lock in with him tomorrow.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to Pilo. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Pilo has to be there because Pilo made me feel represented so wholeheartedly. And I was like, cool, like, he's doing some really dope shit and continues to do dope shit. And not even saying, like, he'll represent the Filipino stuff, he'll represent the bass stuff, he'll represent West Coast stuff. He'll just represent some good energy, and that's why I fuck with Pilo. Let's see, 2 more, huh? I think on a very personal note, I gotta put Nump on there. Y'all know Nump?
I know Nump. I follow Nump.
I gotta put Nump on there. And you know why? Like, you know, the Gorilla Pino Flow giving you hope. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, Nump was that dude, man. My man Nump invented like Trilipino. He invented all of that. And I'm just, shout out to Keith, that's my guy. But Nump, man, Nump was like owning the Filipino shit like crazy. And he still has done it to this day. So I gotta give that to Nump for sure. I know not many of y'all might not have heard of him, but man, do your freaking research.
Insert here.
Insert here.
Yeah.
Number
Nump
4.
is a good one. Nump's a good one.
Number 4. Let me dig deep.
You got a female in there? You think of?
Yeah, I think a female is in there for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I think because she really had me in like my simpy state, especially when I was younger, and still to this day, I listen to her album Same Ground all the time. I do gotta put Kichi Nadal on there. Now this is the most different Mount Rushmore that y'all probably ever heard, with the exception of Manny Pacquiao. I was trying to give y'all something different.
No, that's good.
Man, Kichi Nadal has to be there because I think, you know, I'm a hip hop guy, I'm an R&B guy, but listening to Filipino rock for the first time when I was young, and that album holds so much, like, her album Same Ground holds so much like feeling for me because that was like the first time when I went to the Philippines. That was the first time I laughed and cried with my family. I cried like so wholeheartedly because I had to leave. So my Mount Rushmore is extremely personal. Y'all's is different. So fuck y'all's. Mine is tight.
It is. Hey, I'm gonna tell you that it's very rooted. It's very rooted in both your Filipino-ness and your West Coastness.
Yes, yes.
So that's I respect that a lot. That's a really dope. Manny Pacquiao, you got your universalness in there. You got your you got your personal in there, and then you have your regional heroes out there. You know,
of course, man. Of course.
It's a great Mount Rushmore. You know,
bro.
Perfect. You know, once again, man, I want to say thank you for blessing us,
bro.
You know, I want to say thank you to.
There we go.
To you, I want to say thank you to Filipinos in the 6.
Yes, sir.
We are on one of our last interviews, our last stops for our Filipinos in the 6 NYC to Cali tour presented by Dear Flor. I'm here with Nico Blitz.
Yes, sir.
You know, and sadly, as most feasts, you know, end off with is some sticky fingers, and you already know.
Feast amongst other things will leave you with sticky fingers. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see you guys on our next endeavor. Tomorrow is our last day.
Bukas na lang.
Bukas na lang. Salamat. Thank you again.
Salamat,
Nico.
bro.